After agreeing to trade Giannis and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat, the Heat agreed to send Tyler Hero and 3 other players to Milwaukee, along with 3 first-round draft picks. Former Bucks forward Richard Jefferson.
They were very, very patient with this process, and I think they did a very good job. You get to reset with Tyler Hero. You get picks that go into Giannis when he's a little bit older. You don't want them to be right now because you feel like, in my opinion, Miami could be great.
The Brewers look to make it 2 in a row over the Reds tonight in Cincinnati in the first since April 30th. First start, Bander and Woodruff limited the Reds to 1 hit over 6 innings while striking out 10 last night. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:35 on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ news time is 3:08.
We are sponsored by Infinity Exteriors, your local experts for roofing, siding, and window projects.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, well, thanks.
The way you talk about employee-free, hassless showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way low. I mean, nobody does it better.
I don't know what to say.
Say that I can get a free box spring.
Okay. Now through Monday, at Hasselus, get a free box spring with the purchase of any Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress.
I have that tattooed on my...
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasselus.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful
Will become official. That's where we start things.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's afternoon news.
All right, Tully, the first thing you heard there in the news kind of and throughout the day, the details of the trade itself. I thought for the first one, I'd tell you how other national writers are grading this deal. I'm just going to run through this really quick. USA Today gives the Bucks an A-, saying that draft capital is huge and will pay dividends. ESPN gave the Bucks a B+, saying although the Bucks didn't get a centerpiece player in return, they got some really good role players who have upside. The Athletic gave the Bucks an A-, saying we believe Tyler Hero will be rerouted for even more draft capital, and that will be a good thing. CBS, kind of the outlier. CBS Sports gave the Bucks a C-, and they were hung up on the fact that the Bucks waited too long to trade Giannis. They said they could have maybe gotten more if they would have traded him earlier, and that's kind of where they hung their hat. And then finally, the Sporting News gave the Bucks a B+, saying it's a good draft. This is good for the Bucks, and in the 2030s, they'll have something that will really build on for the next decade. So that's the grades.
You know what, John? I pay those experts very little attention because those were the same people that said when Jalen Brunson signed with the Knicks, that was the worst pickup ever. So, he would never lead them to the promised land. But
guess he did.
And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what Giannis did in 2021. And he will leave the Milwaukee Bucks as the all-time leader in basically every single statistical category, from games to minutes played to field goals to points to blocks, which he has over 1,000 blocks, which is insane. 56 triple doubles, defensive rebounds over 7,000. He even leads he's an all-time leader in missed field goals. I mean, but to say the least, Giannis' number 34 jersey will one day hang from the Fiserv Forum Raptors, which it should, and the imprint that he has had on this franchise will never go. Some will arguably say that he's the reason why Deer District exists, because of Giannis and what he was able to do. And me being somebody that saw him from day one. I have a lot of different thoughts and memories and stories that I have to share that I will hopefully get a chance to throughout the show.
Okay, so that's the third thing. Really quickly here, temperature check. All throughout the office today, we've all been kind of talking about how we feel. So I'm not surprised. We all knew it was going to happen. You know what I'm surprised about? I'm surprised that I'm sad. And as a news guy and somebody who saw this coming like most of Milwaukee, I'm still sad today. I woke up today, first off, at 11:45, my phone goes off last night, and it's the managers here saying, hope you got a game plan because it's official. Giannis has been traded. I decided to wear my Buck stuff today. Mm-hmm. Someone else said to me, well, you're wearing your black Buck stuff. It is black. So I'm wearing all black. But to me, it really is the name on the front of the jersey, not the back.
Yeah.
We've been through this before with Favre and with Rodgers and with members of the Brewers. I'm sad, but I'm okay. Let's go now.
Yeah, I have a different take because seeing Giannis arrive from the first day he got to Milwaukee, which he had no idea where Wisconsin was when he got drafted, to becoming a two-time MVP, an NBA champion, a father of four, it's been something to witness. A quick story. Rookies usually get a standard shoe deal with whatever shoe company sponsors the team. Giannis's first month with the Bucks, Nike sent a shipment of shoes to the Cousins Center, which is what they do. They'll send some practice shoes and game shoes. Giannis got a shopping cart and was taking all of his shoes out to his car. Someone asked him, hey, man, you could keep those here. He said, no, I want to put them in my closet to make it look like MTV Cribs. Like he only went off of what he knew. So Giannis, I mean, come on. He got a lot of firsts during his time in Milwaukee. He got his first driver's license when he got to the city. He didn't know how to drive. Yep. He never had a pancake. He'd only had crepes, and he had his first smoothie. And we can't even begin to look back at the countless achievements on the court, which includes bringing Milwaukee an NBA championship for the first time in 50 years. So I'm not feeling sadness today, John. I'm actually feeling a great amount of gratitude. Grateful I got a chance to cover a generational talent for 6 seasons and to see how he took an opportunity and morphed it into what he has become.
You mentioned the Deer District. Does it get built without Giannis? What about Five Serve Forum? Mark Cass from Team Lammy with us on the economics of Giannis. Up next on WTMJ.
Many people feeling close to retirement ask themselves, do I have enough?
Am I missing something?
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, we provide clarity during our complimentary, no-pressure consultation. We're independent advisors using big firm tools with a boutique-style approach.
And no crickets. We stay in touch so you're never left wondering.
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, let us show you how to capture the upside, limit the downside, and feel good inside.
Visit dwstrategies.com.
Securities and investment services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
This report is sponsored by Diversified Wealth Strategies. Your life, your goals. Visit dwstrategies.com.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with the new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors ranked first among all home improvement projects. To see Geiss's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geissdoors.com. Geiss has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geiss at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geiss. Visit them online at geissdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Mercier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com. Traffic and weather. Debbie Loziga, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Bit of a tight squeeze on 41. Heading southbound, slowing down very heavily from about Good Hope Road down to Hampton. Northbound is solid from Mayfair Road up to Hampton, where there is an accident. The right lane is blocked on the northbound side right at Hampton, so be careful with that. We've also got the right lane blocked eastbound 94 at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, and that's because of a crash as well. Delays coming in from before 76th Street to that point. The westbound side tightening up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 backing up from Good Hope to Bender, and then back on the brakes from North Avenue down through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 57. Tomorrow, showers. Some could be strong, a high of 77. Thursday, sunny 73. Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 71. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 74 degrees.
Racing back is Jordan Crawford. And a shot blocked by Giannis. The long arm of the law. The alphabet got him. Giannis down the line and slams it. Whoa, my goodness, look out below.
An incredible highlight. I think that highlight's from like 10 years ago. Ted Davis on the call there. Mark Cass, Chief Operating Officer for Team Lammy and the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, is with us in the studio. Mark, it's always good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Always good to be here. Kind of a weird day. Kind of a mixed feelings. You guys were talking about it. I was like, hey, man, mixed feelings kind of day. Feel sad that he's gone. I'm obviously not surprised, but gratitude. I think you said it right, gratitude. I mean, some of the best nights of my life at that arena. I mean, I was there for the 6th game in 2021 when they won it with my daughter, and it'll go down as one of the greatest memories of my life.
So let's talk about Fiserv Forum. Let's talk about the Deer District. Remember how packed it was, the national TV shots?
60,000 people.
Does Fiserv Forum and Deer District happen like they did if Giannis isn't a member of the Bucks?
I think it happens, but not as quickly and not as successful. Because remember, when he first came in the league, he wasn't much. It was those first couple of years where he was a skinny rookie, not much was going on, and then the new owners came in the team. But there's no doubt he quickly elevated the team 3 or 4 years after he came in, and it definitely grew the district quicker, the arena, and all that happened around the team with players. So there's no doubt. I mean, it was clear when the team was sold. Remember, they had to build a new arena. It was a mandate from the NBA: either have a new arena or we're going to move the team. So I think the arena sale happens, but the success of the team on and off the court, no way. I mean, not without him. I mean, it does not happen. And think about them. They're an international brand now. Why? It's not because of anybody else on the team. It's because of Giannis. You go anywhere. You go to Greece. You go to Italy. You go anywhere over in Europe. He's a huge deal. I mean, I was in Paris when they were there a couple years ago, and he was a huge star in Paris. So think about it. So I mean, to me, his economic impact was both for the team on and off the court and for the city. We got a lot out of it too, remember?
Yeah, I think it just was a perfect storm because you just really have to think about it. In 2019, you get Fiserv Forum. Yep. He's coming off an NBA MVP season. He's won
Which he
Defensive
gets the
Player
MVP
of the Year.
outside the arena. Remember that? They had a ceremony from outside the new arena.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like, man, along with ticket prices going up, but I just said, man, this is a perfect storm because you get a new building. Most of the time when you get a new building, it takes a while for for you to get acclimated to it and for you to win one basically in your second year in that building. Again, I felt like it was just a perfect storm because if he's not an MVP, if he's not a Defensive Player of the Year, all of those things don't have the momentum behind that new building because they could have been a 32-50 team like this year, and then open that building, and it wouldn't have flourished the way that it did.
And for an economic impact on the team, I mean, the team has been successful and has been able to spend. Because think of their salary cap and think of the money they've had to pay him and some of the other guys they brought in. I mean, that's not happening without Giannis. He made them so much more money overseas with attendance. I mean, up until kind of this last year, it's been full every game for the last 3 or 4 years. Now, obviously not as much really for this season. So, I mean, to me, the loss here coming up is going to be how do they handle this? I mean, who's going
sponsorship,
tickets? I mean, the worst job today in the entire city is selling tickets for the Bucks.
Yep.
Yes.
Because if they call me, and I'm sure they're going to over the next couple weeks, I'm going to go, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, you better lower your prices because there's no way I'm paying the same price for no Giannis as I did for Giannis. It's just
and he made Milwaukee cool. He
did.
talked about how much he loved
Yes.
Milwaukee. He talked
Right.
to other
Mhm.
players
Right.
about his love for Milwaukee.
Right.
I want to ask you, Mark, he's also involved in a lot of businesses here.
He is.
He's part owner
The
of a
store.
restaurant.
Yep, he's got
The
the-
Tenacumbro Brothers is their
Yep.
first U.S. retail store.
Yep.
The Brewers. He's
Yes, he's a
minority
minority owner in the
investor in the Brewers.
Right, right.
Does he keep that? Does this all stay in place?
I think it's going to be like Aaron Rodgers. You're going to quietly, over time, you'll see him sell off the Brewer thing or get out of the Brewers because it doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, in terms of the restaurant, he wasn't an active player in it. He could keep that. The store, that's the one that'll be interesting to me because it was specifically here as a result of him playing here. He doesn't play here. It's not as cool anymore. Does he open this store now in Miami? Very, very easy to move, right? Very, very easy to close it here and obviously move it down to Miami. I think a lot of that stuff's going to move over time. I just don't see once he's not here, even though he wasn't at the store, it's still that draw of him that I think is going to kind of slowly draw away.
Yeah, when you go anywhere outside of this country and you say Milwaukee,
they think
Giannis
of Giannis
is the first thing
Yeah,
that
Giannis,
pops up.
Giannis and Harley, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
those are the two things we're
Yeah.
known for.
Yeah.
So now he's going. We're not known for Kuzma or other
Right.
players on the
Right.
team. So to me, that's where I was saying in terms of selling tickets, in terms of selling sponsorships, in terms of like all the rentals around the arena. The next couple of years are going to be tough. If this is a rebuild, which it clearly looks like it is, that's tough because let's think back to 04, 05, 08, 10, 12. Those were some lean years.
Yeah.
Are we heading there for a couple of years until we can rebound back up?
So my family has season tickets to the Bucks and has for about 15 years.
Right. Are they going to renew?
They just did, but they got a deal. Is what I was going to say.
Oh my God!
They got a better
have
deal.
to give a deal.
I remember
if you don't
15
know if you're
15 years
Paid for
ago.
those tickets, right? They got paid to take the tickets.
They should have. So 15 years ago, Giannis was the featured speaker at a luncheon. If you were
Yes.
thinking about signing up for tickets,
Yeah.
and this small, thin kid walked into the room,
Right.
and a dozen years later, it was one of the highest priced tickets in the NBA.
It was. And to me, that's what's going to be interesting to see. What's the reaction from fans? Will they attend games? I mean, now it's being sold as an experience, and it is. It's a great place to watch a game, but at $200 a ticket or $300 a ticket or $600 to take you and your son and your daughter there, all of a sudden he's not there and kind of, they're not winning. It changes the whole game.
It does. Mark Cass is the Chief Operating Officer of Team Lammy and the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. Great perspective, Mark.
Someday we're going to hopefully have him in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's
Yep.
a no-brainer, and hopefully he'll come back and he will go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he loves Milwaukee.
He does.
Good chance that'll happen.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Mark.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything in the red big time today. The NASDAQ off 580 points. That's more than 2%. The S&P was down 107. That's 1.5%. And the Dow dropped 46 points. That's 0.1%. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference with Annex.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Comfort Awnings. Using the highest quality American-made materials, their awnings are the leading shade and wind-resistant solutions for your outdoor space. Comfort Awnings installed a motorized awning over my patio, and I don't know how I ever lived without it. I absolutely love it. Now that summer's here, don't wait to get your awning installed. Enjoy our beautiful Wisconsin summer, no matter what the weather is. Extend the motorized awning when that sun just gets too hot, or even when it rains. Right now, get $450 off your awning or screen. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com today.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Stroke is the number 4 cause of death and a leading cause of disability in the United States. It's estimated 80% of strokes are preventable. Here to tell us more is Dr. Adam Wadena, a neurologist with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wadena Health Network. Dr. Wadena, thank you so much for being with us. What is a stroke?
So a stroke happens when the brain itself is being starved for oxygen in some way, shape, or form. There are two different types of stroke. One of them is called an ischemic stroke, where you have a blood clot or a blockage of some kind that is decreasing a blood flow to the areas of the brain. And the other type is a hemorrhagic stroke, where the blood vessels will burst open and you will bleed into the brain itself.
Two-part question. What are the signs someone's having a stroke and what should be done?
So the signs of someone having a stroke, an easy memory trick for that are the letters in the words "be fast." B stands for balance. If you suddenly lose your coordination and your balance, E stands for eyes, a sudden change in your vision. F stands for face, so having weakness on one side of the face. A stands for arm, where one side of the body gets weak or particularly numb. S stands for your speech. And lastly, T stands for a terrible headache. So if any one of these things happen, the other part of T in FAST is it's time to call 911.
Does it make a difference where a person receives care for a stroke?
It does. So as an academic health network, we have a comprehensive stroke center at Froedtert Hospital. A comprehensive stroke center means that we see and treat the most complex of stroke cases. This is a team-based, collaborative approach. We also have two primary stroke centers at Froedtert Menominee Falls and Froedtert West Bend. They can also evaluate stroke patients, give the clot-busting medication if they determine that it's necessary, and then rapidly identify the situations where someone might need to be transitioned to a comprehensive stroke center for that higher intensity of care.
To find a doctor who's right for you, visit Froedtert.com/stroke.
Your financial life is not just about numbers. It is a journey, and Annex Wealth Management aims to help you move through it with clarity. When markets shift, it can be hard to understand what it means for what you have built. Annex offers guidance as a fee-only fiduciary firm, which means their recommendations are built around your best interests rather than commissions or product sales. Annex gives you access to a local team that includes wealth managers, financial planners, investment managers, estate planning attorneys, and client service specialists who work together to create a strategy tailored to your situation. They help clients with investment management, retirement income, planning, tax coordination, estate planning, education funding, and business succession strategies. Annex knows there's different financial plans for different stages of life, and they can help you adjust as things change. With nationwide accessibility, Annex blends personal attention with leading-edge tools to offer an experience built around informed decision-making. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, Giannis' legacy in Milwaukee.
I'm Telly Hughes. More arrests in the plot to attack the president's UFC fight.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We do still have this accident eastbound 94 right at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. Right lane is blocked right now, so we are seeing delays stretching all the way back almost to 84th Street. On the westbound side, slowing from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. The other big stuff is going to be the accident on northbound 41 at Hampton. Solid delays before Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. The southbound side's very heavy as well from Good Hope Road down to Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Here's a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, storms northwest with a low of 57. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms through the day. Some could be strong in the late evening, high of 77. Thursday, sunny and pleasant, high of 73. Friday, partly cloudy, high of 71. And Saturday looks beautiful with a high of 74.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, what will Giannis' legacy be for the city of Milwaukee? And Bucks fans,
Giannis never shied away from his pride for the 414. His success on the floor certainly didn't hurt in building legions of new Bucks fans. It's an effort Mayor Cavalier Johnson says he hopes continues even as Giannis heads for Miami.
You'll still have people who are, diehard Bucks fans, season ticket holders, folks who cheer on the team. That, I think, is one of the things that we will benefit as a community from having with Giannis and Bobby and the whole crew, is that there's a whole new generation of folks out there who are avid Bucks fans. I think will still show up.
At City Hall, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
No one is injured after a 3-alarm fire at a storage facility on Milwaukee's south side.
At this time, we have fire coming from multiple points in the structure. It is a 5-story commercial building with multiple buildings attached to it. Looks like the fire is going to be on floor 3 and 4 at this time.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify. Fire crews responded around 7 a.m. to the building near 8th and Cleveland. The building is used for storage, so it was empty when they arrived. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
The case against a Franklin strip club accused of allowing prostitution inside its business moves forward.
The owners of On the Border made their initial appearance on a felony charge of keeping a place of prostitution. A court commissioner found probable cause to continue the case. Prosecutors allege employees knowingly allowed commercial sex acts inside the club and profited from them. The charge stems from a broader human trafficking investigation that previously led to charges against 4 men connected to the business. The club remains open. The Franklin Common Council has started the process that could lead to the club's license being revoked. Nasir Spencer, WTMJ News.
President Trump says Iran has agreed to nuclear inspections despite reports that Iranian leaders are saying the exact opposite. News Nation's Nicole Burley.
The president also says if Iran had not agreed to that, ceasefire negotiations would have ended. It comes as Iran is now looking to take control of the Strait of Hormuz and charge fees on ships once the 60-day ceasefire ends. The newly created Persian Gulf Strait Authority is demanding that vessels sign up for a mandatory Iranian insurance policy in order to pass through.
President Trump has repeatedly said that Iran cannot charge tolls in the Strait of Hormuz.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. With the Giannis trade to Miami, the Bucks will be busy tonight in the first round of the NBA draft. They now sit with the 10th and 13th picks. The draft starts tonight at 7 o'clock from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Game 2 tonight between the Brewers and the Reds. Milwaukee coming off a 2-1 win in extra innings. Brandon Sproat takes the mound tonight for the Brewers. Coverage begins at 5:35 on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News time is 3:35.
You take pride in your Milwaukee area home. So why let it disappear when the sun goes down? At Blingle Premier Lighting, they create breathtaking landscape lighting that transforms your home into the showpiece of the neighborhood. Elegant uplighting, softly illuminated walkways, architectural lighting that highlights the beauty you've already invested in. Landscape lighting doesn't just make your home look incredible. It adds curb appeal, increases perceived value, improves safety, and creates an experience you enjoy every single night. In fact, it's the one thing homeowners never realize they want until they have it. And once they do, they can't imagine living without it. From luxury landscape lighting to permanent holiday lighting and patio lighting, Blingle designs custom systems built specifically for your home. No hassle, no stress, just a home that looks absolutely stunning after dark. See us at blingle.com/MKE. Blingle Premier Lighting. Your home will never look this beautiful. That's blingle.com/MKE.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Hey, it's the end of an era in Milwaukee. In 13th season with the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo developed into the greatest player in franchise history, delivering Milwaukee an NBA championship, and he was a central figure in the development of a downtown district. WTMJ's Greg Matzik shares the story of how Giannis went from an unknown commodity to global superstar.
He was the great unknown of the 2013 NBA Draft.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo from Athens, Greece.
A 6'9", 205-pound anomaly.
Youngest player in the draft and the most mysterious.
An 18-year-old kid from Greece, raw and unpolished. and somehow a lottery pick.
When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball 2008.
Around the league, they knew his game before they knew his name.
Oh, Adane Kumbo. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Putting it on the floor. Adetokumbo for three. Jammed down by the Alphabet.
Less than 20 games into his NBA career, the Greek Freak was born.
And a shot blocked by Giannis. The long arm of the law. The Alphabet got him. Giannis down the line and slams it. Whoa, my goodness, look out below.
What followed wasn't instant superstardom, it was something slower and more deliberate. The evolution of Giannis Antetokounmpo, from skinny unknown to the most dominant force in basketball, played out one extraordinary season after another. And every year, he added something new, a new skill, a new layer, a new reason to believe that he hadn't peaked.
Giannis into the lane. Giannis spinning, fading shot, up, good for Giannis at the buzzer! Bucks win it at the Garden!
Nobody played harder than Giannis. Not in October, January, June, ever.
LeBron trying to spin and rejected by Giannis.
Here's your defense you wanted, Marvelous.
And then the milestones. His first career triple-double in 2016. 3 years later, another step forward.
Down the lane, to the rim, finger rolling in. Giannis has 50. A 50-point game for Giannis, the first of his career.
And then, in 2019, the eyes of the basketball world recognized.
The 2019 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
2 years later, Giannis and the Bucks reached the mountaintop.
A 50-point game. That's the stuff of legend. It's been a 50-year journey. Wisconsin, we've got a room at the top of the world tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions.
50 points in Game 6, an all-time finals performance. A championship performance that ended a 50-year wait in Milwaukee.
Let the celebration begin.
But it wasn't just on the floor Giannis made headlines. He did so at the podium, where he was unmistakably himself.
What do you call a cow on the floor? Anybody know? Ground beef.
But underneath the humor and dad jokes was something real, perspective, gratitude, and humility in a league that doesn't always reward it.
There's no failure in sports. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. And this year, somebody else is going to win.
The Bucks chose Giannis in 2013. Giannis chose the Bucks in 2016, and again in 2020 and 2023.
It's the right decision. I want to be home. This is my city. This is the people that believe in me.
And now the Giannis era is over in Milwaukee. Giannis leaves as the greatest player in franchise history. But the points, the games played, the triple-doubles aren't the legacy. The legacy is what he gave the city, including an entire district and a championship.
I want to thank the front office, the ownership for believing in me. When I was 18 years old back in Greece, they allowed me to lead this team and trust me. I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP.
And they're NBA champions once again. Wow, what a finish.
So the Giannis era is done in Milwaukee. Tonight is draft night, which is a big night that we're not even really talking about because we're talking about Giannis being gone. But the Bucks have two really high draft picks. As I was coming in here, I read an interesting tweet from an NBA insider that said he heard Bucks were in negotiations to maybe combine those two number ones into a higher first-round draft pick. Will that happen tonight? I don't know. It's a deep draft.
Yeah, but John, I tell you, no matter how or what you feel about the trade and what the Bucks got back, if nothing else, they got back a lot of pieces, a lot of options. You're hearing about combining those draft picks. I've heard about possibly flipping Tyler Hero in one of those draft picks and possibly getting something else to move in. But I also heard that the Bucks are functioning as if they're going to keep those two first-round lottery picks. And so...
Well, they're not in a hurry. They're not missing one piece where, like, if they moved up to number 3, it would put them over the top. It's probably more valuable for them to take a 10 and a 13 as they continue to build They're not one piece away.
And also too, I want Bucks fans to also look at the landscape of the NBA. Oklahoma City had some terrible years before they were able to get good. That's why they have so many young pieces and a lot of draft capital, because they were terrible. And sometimes you got to go all the way down to build back up. And it's not something that is pleasant, but what would you rather do? Possibly build up and compete for a championship in 3 years, or be a play-in team every year for the next 5 years and be bounced in the first round and call that a successful season?
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Exactly. So you got to be able to be patient in these times, because you are losing a generational player, but it doesn't mean that this doesn't feel like one of those trades that will cripple this franchise for the next 5-10 years, like other trades may have felt.
It is 3:42 at WTMJ. We're going to shift gears up next. Milwaukee celebrates America's 250th. Some pretty cool things going on at the War Memorial. We get our red, white, and blue on up next on WTMJ. Restaurant inflation is everywhere, but not at the Mine Chef family restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Chef is the most affordable dining destination in the area. The authentic Tuesday Mexican buffet is all you can eat in just $9.99 from 11 a.m. till 8. That's right, $9.99. Unbelievable. Kids 5 and under eat free today from the kids menu. They'll love the world-class game room quietly set away from the dining area. Your teenagers will really love it. Even adults love it. I urge you to visit the Mine Chef today for the all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet for under $10. Happy hour is 2 till 5 today with half-price cocktails, beer, and appetizers, half price. And Wednesday, the all-you-can-eat haddock fish fry is just $8.99. The Mine Chef, right there in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near the EAA. Lots of seating, close parking. You will not spend a lot of money at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. Just Google it, Mine Shaft, and walk on in today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know you do things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can easily find the products you need and trust at unbeatable prices? Like a 200-pound AgriMaster protein tub, $69.99. Save $2 on 200-count boxes of blue shop towels. And all AC Delco, Motorcraft, and Wix oil filters, 15% off. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
It's that time of year again. The Fox World Travel exclusive July sale with Apple Vacations, and brand new for this year, Royal Caribbean, is coming soon. July is the best time of the year for unbeatable deals you won't get anywhere else. Get the hottest cruise deals or plan ahead for 2027 and pair all-inclusive resorts with nonstop flights. Let Fox World Travel book your vacation and secure your reservation with just a deposit. Visit foxworldtravel.com/July and get on the exclusive wait list today.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
I'm torn on this because I don't know if I want to see another quarterback wearing number 4 or number 12 or number 15.
See the world from his perspective.
Think you'd ever have to get to where it'd be like pi in a 3.14 or anything like that?
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
That's like back in the old days when I would walk on at Wisconsin, you got the issued gear and it was number 140. Kind of let you know where you're at.
Mark Tauscher, presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, supporting communities and residents through advocacy, education, and service. Where you live matters. Get the answers you and your family need about assisted living in Wisconsin. Start with clear, trusted guidance by visiting whereyouLiveMatters.org today.
Traffic and weather. Let's check in with Debbie Lazaga. Hey there, Deb.
Hey there, John. A little bit of good news. We have an accident on northbound 41 at Hampton that had some lanes blocked. That has been cleared. Unfortunately, the delays are still there, so we're seeing the backups from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Hampton. Southbound still kind of pretty hefty backed up from Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. We do still have an accident on eastbound 94 at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. That is the right lane blocked, and that means we got big delays coming in from before 76th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound is backing up from about 30th Street to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 57. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms. Some could be strong. High of 77. Thursday, sunny and pleasant, a high of 73. Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 71. And on Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 74 degrees. Forecast is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, your local experts for roofing, siding, and window projects. I've been really excited all year about the 250th birthday of our country and the 4th of July and all the red, white, and blue that goes along with it. The War Memorial Center here in Milwaukee, as always, has some really cool, impactful things that are happening. In the studio with us is the CEO of the War Memorial Center, General Brian Winsky. General, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
I guess before we get into the events that are happening that you guys are doing, as a soldier who wore the flag on your shoulder and you lived it every single day with men and women, what does the 4th of July mean to you?
Yeah, it's a time to come together as a nation and celebrate. It really is a celebration, and this one's extra special. You only have one 250th birthday, and we're going to do some special things to honor that special milestone.
General, can you talk a little bit about the Liberty Cruise that you all are going to host on July 4th?
Yeah, so Kegel's in. Julian Kegel is putting this together. We're going to have the Edelweiss, the boat right on the river here, that home port's on the river, take us out on a cruise. We're going to get dressed up in formal attire. You only do it once for the 250th, and go out on the water, take a tour of the War Memorial from a pretty unique vantage point from the water. Again, appreciate that unique architecture and what it's intended to invoke, like a blockhouse defending the beach. And then we'll set anchor and watch the fireworks and enjoy some Kegel's Victory Brow, Liberty Brow, rather, that was made specially for us. And it has a picture of our eternal flame right on the label there, and some great German food, and most importantly, some great fellowship and celebration of our nation's birthday.
John's going to have to cancel his plans, it sounds like.
I seriously, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen down on the lakefront. It sounds like it's really, really cool.
Yeah,
go to the website, by the way, if you want more information, warmemorialcenter.org, warmemorialcenter.org. Also, a Star-Spangled Celebration Tea Party takes place later in the month. This is on July 23rd. What's the Tea Party celebration about?
Well, the Boston Tea Party, it's a little hook there. And the captain of the USS Constitution, which is the 19th century tall ship there in Boston Harbor.
Yep.
It's still a commissioned Navy ship, the oldest commissioned ship in the world. And the captain, Commander Crystal Schaefer, who's a Wisconsinite and has some Wisconsin connections, is going to be here as the keynote speaker for that.
Wow.
And then I believe her follow-on assignment after she gives up command of the Constitution is she's going to be in charge of the Marquette University Naval ROTC. So she's coming back home
to
reconnect. So, unique keynote speaker there. And, again, another great way to celebrate our nation's birthday.
General, how do you all continue to come up with these great events and knowing that these are special times? I mean, from Memorial Day, it's the 250th anniversary, so that includes everything.
Right.
And it seems like you and your staff continue to come up with these amazing events.
Yeah, it's just a natural line of drift. We want this to be a special celebration. So we brainstorm a little bit on how we can do that and, get some key constituents involved, and the good ideas start flowing like crazy, and we pluck about the top half a dozen of them or so, and that's where we're at with the Liberty Cruise, with the Tea Party, with the other things. So world premiere of the Lance Sijon documentary and some other things that we're doing over the course of the summer, all in celebration of the 250th.
War Memorial CEO General Brian Winsky is with us. I wanted to ask you about Sijon.
Yeah.
Our listeners here helped us when we raised almost $100,000 to redo the Sijon Memorial at the airport, the F4 that flies out there. Janine Sijon is a really good friend of the show, and she's on regularly to talk about heroism and the legacy of her brother. He's in exhibits down there at the War Memorial Center. As someone who served with heroes, what does Lance Sijon and his story mean to you and to Milwaukee?
He's the ultimate example of grit, tenacity, courage, never quit, selfless service. He willingly gave his life life for his country and, didn't give the enemy a thing. And for our listeners who don't know the story, I'd encourage you to come down to the War Memorial and learn a bit about it. But bottom line, he was shot down. He evaded capture for about 45 days. By the time he was captured, all the while with a compound fracture in his leg, and his skull was fractured as well. Eventually captured, escapes, even in that emaciated, state. He eventually gets up to the Hanoi Hilton in Hanoi and dies in captivity from torture and neglect. Awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously, and is just a icon of the Air Force, icon of Wisconsin, and someone who inspires us all.
Yeah, we went to the Hanoi Hilton last summer, and to know that that's where he was is unbelievable. And it leads me to my question about the exhibit you have on POW MIAs. It's called Lest We Forget.
That's right.
Tell us about the exhibit.
Yeah, so there's the facade of the Hanoi Hilton that you recall with the French inscription on there,
Right.
because it was originally a French prison where they imprisoned Vietnamese in the Indochina era there. So you have the facade of the building, and then there's a great interactive there I'll come back to in a second. But then right next to it is a replica of a cell in the Hanoi Hilton, and it's very Spartan, super small cell, all concrete, leg stocks. POWs endured 7.5 years imprisoned in those conditions. And what they yearned for the most was connection and contact with each other. They were all essentially in solitary confinement, and they developed this tap code, kind of like a Morse code system, where they could tap on the wall and communicate without the enemy hearing them converse or yelling back and forth and stuff like that. Ingenuity, indomitable spirit, and unquenchable desire to stay connected and keep faith with your fellow Americans. Just inspiring deal. And we got a great interactive. Kids love it. They can practice tapping out short words and stuff like that. It's really well done.
That's cool.
In general, the 250 commemoration doesn't stop on July 4th. Can you talk about you and former Governor Scott Walker teaming up in September?
Yeah, we got a fireside chat venue. We're calling it Chat with the General. We had the first one, which was really well attended about a month and a half ago or so. And Governor Walker has a passion for inspiring youth, and he has some programs during the course of each summer that he runs. So that's going to be the general topic, but, we'll pick his brain on anything and everything that the audience wants him to share his thoughts with. So, that we want to do this about every quarter, and the War Memorial is a place for great panels or chats or firesides like this that provoke thought and get us thinking and ultimately bring us together, because we're talking about inspiring youth through the stories of service, the stories of military service as well. And, everybody can get behind that, I think.
Absolutely. So Chat with the General with Governor Walker is on September 10th. You still do the Music in the Garden series down at the War Memorial?
We do. This is going to be my first one. It's a little team effort with everybody on the campus there, the Art Museum, et cetera, and looking forward to that.
All right, so that I think is July 11th, I read. But here's what you need to do. Go to the website, and you can find all this information, warmemorialcenter.org. What I love about the War Memorial Center, one of the things, is that it's also a working building. Many of our veteran groups have office space there. You can have special events there. Can you get married there? Can you use
Absolutely,
the space?
yeah. We got a banquet hall that'll hold a couple hundred folks, and then we got this beautiful terrace that overlooks Lake Michigan. So we had a wedding there about a week and a half ago. It was a great event. We got lots of great choices for catering, really spacious ballroom, like I said, and then outdoor-indoor hybrid space using that terrace. You can't beat it. It's the best view in Milwaukee in terms of completely unobstructed view over the breakwater into Lake Michigan.
It's the place to be during the summer. For information on the Liberty Cruise on July 4th, the Tea Party celebration on July 23rd, Chat with the General, warmemorialcenter.org. Check that out, warmemorialcenter.org. General Brian Winsky is the CEO of the War Memorial Center. General, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is 3:56 at WTMJ.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Michaels family donates $27 million to the Medical College of Wisconsin. The donation is the largest by an individual or family in the school's history and will fund cancer research recruitment and scientist training efforts. Restaurateur David Scottney plans to build a Lake Geneva Supper Club for $3 million. Construction on the 8,000 square foot Swan Creek Supper Club looks to begin in 2027. Whitefish Bay's Architectural Review Commission unanimously recommends approval of revised plans for a 3-story project at the southeast corner of West Silver Spring Drive and North Lydell Avenue. The development would replace apartment buildings with a mixed-use building containing 16 luxury apartments above commercial space anchored by a Bank of America branch. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Many people feeling close to retirement ask themselves, do I have enough?
Am I missing something?
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, we provide clarity during our complimentary, no-pressure consultation. We're independent advisors using big firm tools with a boutique-style approach.
And no crickets. We stay in touch so you're never left wondering.
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, let us show you how to capture the upside, limit the downside, and feel good inside.
Visit dwstrategies.com.
Securities and investment services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Sponsored by Diversified Wealth Strategies. Your life, your goals. Visit dwstrategies.com.
Brewers Cubs action on a weekend? Yeah, you're going to want to see this. Be here Friday, June 26th through Sunday, June 28th for the first matchup between the Brewers and Cubs at American Family Field of 2026. You know what happened last time, and it's time to defend home field once again. One thing's for sure, big moments are bound to happen. Score your seat for another chapter in the Brewers-Cubs rivalry now at Brewers.com.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40 and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required. And we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Maybe you call it the spigot. Vince Petrano here for Horner Plumbing. Time to think about spring. When's the last time you had your hose bib looked at? You want to check for freeze or frost damage? Hopefully you remember to turn the water off before the winter season. You can have my team at Horner Plumbing install a frost-free hose bib. That's a really smart upgrade that will help you avoid more costly repairs in the future. And when you call, tell them Vinny sent you. They'll knock $100 off the cost of your project. The preferred plumbing company since 1969, HornerPlumbing.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC. Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Traffic is sponsored by Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Design Exchange is where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
A new era begins. Giannis is out. So who will step up for the Bucks?
From way downtown, A.J. Green. Miles Turner going downhill. He'll hammer it down. Another three on the way. Rollins sinks it again. The 9 to shoot. Kuzma cranks up a three and drills it. Lets it fly. And he buries it. Kevin Porter Jr., you are living right, my man.
Find all of your up-to-date Bucks storylines here on the home of the Bucks. News Radio WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story insights on Giannis from someone who knows him well.
I'm Tully Hughes in for Julia Fellow, arrested after a standoff in Whitefish Bay.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound 94, right about at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. We do have the right lane blocked because of a crash. It should be out of there really soon if it isn't already, but we do still have delays coming in from 76th Street all the way to 30th. On the westbound side, backing up from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Southbound 43, watch for delays coming in from just south of Brown Deer Road to Bender, and then back on the brakes from Keith down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, chance for thunderstorms late, a low of 58. Tomorrow, morning rain and afternoon rain, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center is Wisconsinites Digest. The stunning trade of Giannis Antetokounmpo, a legendary Bucks play-by-play voice, weighs in.
Few watched Giannis grow into a global superstar closer than iconic Bucks broadcaster Jim Paschke.
Professionally, I watched him become a person who is absolutely obsessed with excellence.
Paschke believes Miami is a great fit.
That culture is about trophies.
But at some point, Giannis will return to Fiserv Forum to play the team that drafted him.
I think it will be very difficult on an emotional level for him. I think it will move him. I think the fans will welcome him back, and I think that he will be extremely touched.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
A 5-hour standoff in Whitefish Bay ends with a man in custody. Police were called to the area of Berkeley Boulevard Monday night after reports that a man was walking in the street making threats about shooting people. Officers say the 32-year-old man, who is known to law enforcement because of ongoing mental health issues, barricaded himself inside a home. Crisis negotiators were called in. The man was eventually taken into custody.
Another pharmacy closing in Milwaukee, raising concerns about access to prescription medications on the city's north side. The Walgreens at 27th and North closing its doors today. The company says ongoing safety challenges made it difficult to continue operating the store. Prescriptions from the North Avenue location will automatically transfer to the store at 35th and Wisconsin. Walgreens says it's offering customers free prescription delivery for 90 days.
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is weighing how to use the money from a major PFAS settlement with Tyco Fire Products. Ideas from affected communities in Marinette and Peshtigo include a health study, blood test, or new deep wells. Remediation and Redevelopment Bureau Director Christine Seeger.
It's only $10 million. And so we're not going to be able to do everything. Sometimes people don't ask the question of what would you like us to do with the money for fear that we're not going to make everyone happy. But we acknowledge that and acknowledge that we're not going to do everything that would make us happy with this either.
The settlement money is in the state PFAS trust fund and requires legislative approval once the DNR decides how to use it.
The last American passengers quarantined after that deadly hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship are finally home. News Nation's Marnie Hughes.
8 people spent 6 weeks at a special facility in Omaha waiting to see if symptoms developed. None of them, thankfully, got sick. The outbreak aboard the ship infected 13 people and killed 3. Federal health officials say all 18 American passengers have now been released.
World health officials say hantavirus, which is a family of viruses carried by rodents, is rare but often deadly.
Coming up, the crew look to make it 2 in a row in Cincinnati.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:04.
Borrow, don't buy. Did you know that your public library system has a variety of things you can borrow? Besides books, check out board games, cake pans, ukuleles, museum passes, video games, even electrical testing kits. Whether it's mastering a new skill, trying a new hobby, or learning a new language, your library loves to share resources with you. Access thousands of on-demand video courses with your library card. Courses can be accessed anytime, anywhere. Find out what your Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Jefferson County libraries have to offer. Learn more at getyourlibrarycard.org.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Hey, check this out. How about a free dinner at a great place, the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club tonight? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I highly recommend this great place. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner's free, even on the weekends. Wow. You're going to love the twin lobster tails, pecan-crusted salmon, steak and lobster, pasta dishes, even prime rib on Saturdays, any entree, I'll buy one, get one free. Desserts, huge ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. So de-stress with a cocktail. Choose from 20 bourbons, 120 wines in the timbered rustic bar, 8 gorgeous dining rooms. I recommend the magnificent all-you-care-to-eat Sunday brunch. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. The Fox and Hounds tucked into the Kettle Moraine Forest right near Holy Hill. The summer drive is spectacular. I mean, it's poppin'. A Wisconsin must-see. Escape from your kitchen with a free dinner this weekend. Serving Saturday lunch from 11 till 2, dinner at 3 p.m. Tables are open tonight and tomorrow. Google Fox and Hounds. Call and reserve. Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Night one of the NBA draft, and Bucks have control of picks number 10 and 13 in the first round after agreeing to trade Giannis and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat in a blockbuster deal. The Heat agree to send Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Jamie Jaquez, Gasparis Jakunis, and 3 first-round draft picks to Milwaukee as part of the deal. The Brewers look to make it 2 in a row over the Reds tonight in Cincinnati. In his first start since April 30th, Brandon Woodruff limited the Reds to 1 hit while striking out 10 on Monday night. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:35 on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ news time is 4:07.
This report sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you. Our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, John McCure, and in for Julia Fellow, it's Telly Hughes.
So you've heard by now undoubtedly that Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded. So is Bobby Portis going to the Miami Heat. A couple of young players you heard us mention there, and some draft picks coming back to Milwaukee. Alex Lasry, former Bucks senior vice president, joins us coming up here in about 7 minutes on WTMJ. First, a lot of Milwaukeeans not sure what to do have headed to the mural of Giannis, the big mural that's painted downtown on the side of that building. That's where WTMJ's Adam Roberts is. Adam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, John and Telly. Yep, I'm at the base of the mural, so if you're not familiar, this is right downtown, pretty close to the U.S. Bank Center, 600 East building, and I'll try to get a little bit of a vantage point. It's kind of hard to see. It's not like there's a ton going on here. I'd say there's been about a dozen objects draped right at the bottom of this mural. I can see, though, at least one bouquet of flowers. It's kind of odd to leave a bouquet of flowers. Giannis is still very much alive. But I also do see one can of Miller High Life, a couple of bobbleheads, and in all seriousness, some very nice notes handwritten by some fans that were left at the base of the mural as well.
This is just odd.
This is very odd.
I understand it's a beautiful mural, by the way, but this isn't like Princess Diana dying in a car wreck.
No. And why don't you go around the corner and you could leave flowers at Bob Euchre's mural?
People probably did. Are there a lot of people showing up down there, Adam, or is it just? I thought as you were talking, I heard someone say, "We love you," or someone was yelling something in the background.
Well, I do appreciate that. What I would say is I have seen people come through. What is undeniable is that when you see people walk by, when they're walking down Wisconsin Avenue, they do stop. And whether it's just they're looking at the mural, maybe just thinking about whatever, or taking a couple of pictures, but they are stopping and at least looking at the mural, maybe reflecting. Although, again, not everyone is actually leaving something today.
Yeah. Adam, I would think that people would take pictures of it because eventually that mural is going to come down, and it's going to come down sooner than later. So
I get that, Telly, because Matt Dorner from the Milwaukee Downtown Bid has said that the mural is going to stay. I believe it was in the paper he was quoted as saying in a statement that they are going to keep this mural.
Well, if that cat doesn't own the building, Tyler, I heard that the artist has already agreed to transform that into a mural for Tyler Hero. Is that true?
Now we're just purely speculating.
But I also think that how long can this stay? And he's actively on another team.
Now, that's a fair point, and I don't think they're going to be painting a mural of him in Miami until he actually wins a championship for the Heat, if he ever does. Now, I will say, we talk a lot about Milwaukee nice. We're such nice people here. So right after the trade went down, somebody put an actual Giannis jersey, one of his Bucks jerseys, on a stop sign that's coming into the parking lot when you drive in here. And as of right now, it's 4:12 on a Tuesday. It's still there. So no one took the free Giannis jersey,
Wow.
and it is still sitting on that stop sign along with an empty bottle of Modelo.
You
Think of
just
that when
you just gave me a thought, Adam. We should probably check the Fonzie statue. The Fonzie statue have a Giannis jersey on it?
That is a great follow-up assignment for me to go on right now.
All right. WTMJ's Adam Roberts. Adam, thank you very much.
Gonna go take a trip. Thanks, guys.
So you raised a good point because I thought, of course, they're going to leave it up there, but he didn't retire. He's playing for another.
He's playing for
in
another
the Eastern
team.
Conference
Yes.
that we're going to have to go through.
And he's going to come to Milwaukee twice a season.
Yeah. So do we leave the mural up? That's a good question.
I just don't see how you do that. That is weird to me, but it's also kind of weird that people want to leave flowers too. So.
Hey, up next, Giannis wins the championship in 2021. Alex Lasry was a Bucks vice president when that happened. Alex, with us, up next on WTMJ.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, you're gonna love it all. When you shop at St. Vincent de Paul, old things, new things here for you. We're always changing, we're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Are you like me? Do you stress about your home, how it looks, or maybe you're worried about something leaking? Well, you can live with peace of mind and without stress by getting a new roof from Tri-County Contracting. Get yourself a free instant roof quote right now. Go to TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's that easy. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
The second you hear this,
Fly ball left center.
you know exactly who it is.
Strong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone.
Brewers play-by-play man, Jeff Levering. And he's our Brewers 360 guest every Wednesday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I think it's a totally different story from Miz, but he does need to learn how to communicate. It's not a bad thing if you're done after 5. That's okay.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Hannon and Dunphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
At 4:15, let's check out Debbie Lazaga and our ride. How we doing, Deb?
We're still seeing some delays along southbound 41 coming in from before Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound's backed up just before Mayfair Road up to Silver Spring. We've also got southbound on 43 backing up from just south of Keefe all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. Northbound's backing up through the Marquette up past North Avenue. Just got another crash popping up here northbound 41 just north of North Avenue before you get to Burleigh. The left shoulder is blocked with that one, so you do want to be careful. And then we've got delays southbound of the bypass from Greenfield down and around the Hale interchange past Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
thunderstorms, a low of 58. Tomorrow, waves of rain in the morning and in the afternoon. Some could be heavy, a high of 75. On Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 73. Friday, sunny, a high of 77. Saturday, sunny, a high of 83 degrees.
Tucker with the rebound. The Suns are not going to foul. It's been a 50-year journey. Wisconsin, we've got a room at the top of the world tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions. Let the celebration begin. Over 18,000 days, Dennis. And they're NBA champions once again. Wow, what a finish.
10:42 p.m. on July 20th, 2021. The drought ends.
Woo! That championship call. We're joined by Alex Lazary, former Bucks senior vice president and CEO of the 2026 FIFA World Cup for New York and New Jersey's host committee. Alex, good to catch up with you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me.
Alex, what are you feeling today, knowing that the team you loved and were such an important part of no longer has Giannis as a member of the team?
Well, look, it's a sad and obviously tough day. Giannis meant so much to, and still does mean so much to the city, the state, the franchise. You're talking about probably the greatest player in franchise history. The end of eras are always the most difficult. But I think you try to look back and just really think about all the incredible things that he did for the franchise, and bring a championship, first one for in 50 years. Those banners fly forever.
Alex, I know it has to be bittersweet from your end because unlike most fans, you had a personal relationship with Giannis. And when a day like this comes, it's hard because on the business side, you never want to see someone like Giannis leave. But from a personal side, you want him to be happy and chase championships, which is what he wants to do, and has always said he wanted to do, is win more championships. So does that make it kind of bittersweet because of the personal aspect, the personal relationship you have with Giannis?
Look, for me, Giannis being, a friend and someone, I care about deeply. I want him to be happy, and I want him to feel motivated and inspired throughout his career. And I think we saw and see how he gives everything on the floor, and gave everything to the team last year. And these are always difficult decisions, right? And the organization and Giannis clearly reached a difficult decision late last night. And it's always tough whenever things like this have to happen, right? Whether it was Giannis, Chris, Drew, right? Like the ends of these are always difficult. But I from a personal standpoint, I just want to see I want Giannis to be happy, and I want the Bucks to be successful. And so hopefully we can make sure that it's a quick rebuild and get back into championship contention.
Alex Lazary with us on WTMJ. Alex, give us one cool Giannis story. What's Giannis like away from the microphones and away from the media? Give us something cool about Giannis, maybe an experience or a story.
Giannis is the same person you see in front of the camera and the microphone as he is behind the scenes. I mean, just a truly authentic, humble, and very caring person. One of the things that I miss most about the team was just all the time I got to spend with, whether it was him, on the plane, off the court, after a game in the locker room, just really, look, a really funny guy. I mean, like, there's a reason there's a bobblehead, of dad jokes from Giannis, right? Like, those are the things that are just quintessentially him, and whether that's in front of a microphone or not. But I would also say one of the things that you can also kind of see it in his game is just constantly curious, always asking questions, and trying to get a better understanding of life, business, basketball. Um, Again, it's keep most of the things that the stories and everything between Giannis and me, more personal and private. But the person you see in front of the camera is the person you see off the camera. I'm just a very authentic, humble, and caring person.
Alex, can you talk a little bit about the development you experienced in your time with the Bucks, seeing Giannis go from where he was to what he eventually became on and off the court? I don't think he had any children when you got here, and now he's a father of four. So can you just talk about his maturation on and off the court as a man?
Look, I think it's like all of us, right? When we're 18, 19 years old, you're a much different person than when you're, in your 30s with children. And so I think, to see Giannis kind of develop into, the player that he became, right? Going from, I think, a guy when I first met him couldn't do one pull-up to now, looking like he does, um, again, it's rare in the NBA. The one thing that he always had was the work ethic, right? So you always knew he was going to become the best version of himself. There was no time where you ever thought Giannis wouldn't reach his full potential. And Giannis always bet on himself. And look, as a person, again, you just kind of, as you, and we've all experienced this. Giannis is no different, right? As you get older, different priorities, different things, start to really matter to you. And I think as Giannis and Mariah, really started to grow and start a family together, you just kind of saw him grow as a person. I think also grow into a smarter and more disciplined basketball player as well.
Alex, quickly, your involvement with the World Cup is an important role with what's happening with the World Cup in our nation for about 6 weeks. How's the World Cup thing going? How are you feeling about how things will play out in New York?
It's been an incredible experience. Yesterday we had Norway, Senegal playing. The skies held the rain for those 2 hours, and both fan bases were absolutely incredible. It's wild to see the Norway fans take over the subways, the Times Square, doing their road cheer. It's been really fun kind of seeing all these fan bases and teams from around the world coming here and not just experiencing the United States in kind of their own way, but also bringing their own flair to the U.S. It's been fun. The games have been great, and we can't wait to get through our group stage and get to what's going to be the largest sporting event in human history, the World Cup final right here in New York.
Alex Lazary, former Bucks senior VP and CEO of the 2026 FIFA World Cup New York, New Jersey host committee. Always great to catch up. Thank you so much, Alex.
No problem. Thank you.
425 at WTMJ, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The NASDAQ off 580 points today, almost 2.25%. The S&P was down 107. That's almost 1.5% drop on the day. The Dow was off 46. That's down a tenth of a point. Annex Wealth Management, financial planning at every level. Know the difference with Annex.
This Independence Day, celebrate America's 250th in a place where summer feels magical. Lake Geneva. Experience Liberty on the Lake, a once-in-a-generation celebration on Saturday, July 4th. Gather along the lake shore for an evening of live music, family fun, and the flavors of summer from local food trucks. Then as twilight settles over the water, the sky awakens with a breathtaking drone show in honor of our nation. Make your 4th unforgettable. Go to visitlakegeneva.com for all the details.
John Mercure here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. That's one of the things I really appreciate about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They believe in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home without inflated prices or high-pressure sales tactics. At the end of the day, a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them, with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, real pricing, premium quality, no games. I know, I'm a Pella customer. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha. Hey, if you've been thinking about a new vehicle, now's the time to take a serious look at Griffin Ford's Ford American Value for American Values Employee Pricing event. This is great. For a limited time, you pay what employees pay. That's right, employee pricing on a huge selection of new Ford vehicles. Right now, they have 50-plus all-wheel drive Ford Explorers in stock starting at $38,978. How about the 2026 Ford Bronco Sport all-wheel drive? More than 20 in stock, starting at $28,995. And Escape owners get an additional $1,000 off. But what really sets Griffin Ford apart is inventory. Griffin Ford is one of the largest selections of new Ford vehicles anywhere in Wisconsin. That means you're not spending hours searching dealer to dealer or settling for something close to what you wanted. You can choose the color, trim, level, and features that fit your style. It's Griffin Ford in Waukesha. I buy my cars at Griffin. You can also do it online at griffinford.com.
If you missed this,
Big-time soccer player making big-time news halfway around the world.
Esmir, Appleton, Wisconsin born. And with a chance to make history, Esmir stands at the dot.
or this,
Dom, that was a lot of mean mugging.
It was a lot. There was a lot going on there. Baseball people are paranoid about trying to get added grip to the baseball. The Blue Jays were taking exception. Trevor was trying to say, I don't need that to strike you out, and he ultimately did, and he let them know about it.
catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast wherever you stream. Sponsored by Diversified Wealth Strategies.
I'm John Mercure, joined by Dr. David Meister. He's an orthopedic surgeon at the Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Dr. Meister, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, John.
Let's start with, what is your specialty?
I do everything upper extremity from shoulder to fingertip.
So do you do more of one than the other? What would you say you do the most of in a month or a year, or however you quantify it?
It's like 50% shoulder elbow and 50% hand wrist.
So do you carpal tunnel stuff?
Yeah, carpal tunnels, trigger fingers to rotator cuffs and shoulder replacements.
So you must see a lot of golfers, tennis players, racket sport people.
Especially in the summer months, yeah, we're starting to see a lot of people enjoying themselves, getting outside, and we want people to be active, but we also know that people can be prone to developing injuries, tendon injuries.
What makes OHAO a special place?
OHAO is unique in that one of the biggest benefits is that you'll see the expert surgeon right away. Whether or not you need surgery may or may not be a thing, but at least you'll get that expert advice immediately.
You raise a great point, because it might be that it's physical therapy or imaging that then can lead to exercises, that it's not always surgery, right?
Exactly. A lot of things are education, modifying your activities to avoid injuries in the first place. Sometimes it's just therapy, or maybe once in a while an injection, like a steroid injection, and really surgery tends to be saved for if people really need it.
Best advice in a nutshell for people who are just weekend warriors. They like to golf a few times a week or play pickleball a few times a week, and they're aging, and they want to make sure they put themselves in a good spot to stay healthy.
Eat well, stay hydrated, warm up, and stretch ahead of time. If you need something like ibuprofen or Advil, just try to be reasonable.
It's the place to go. It's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Start with the website, OHOW.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better. Dr. David Meister is a surgeon at OHOW. Dr. Meister, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, both the leader on and off the court.
I'm Telly Hughes, recovering after a crash involving a city-owned truck.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, northbound on 41, right about at the ramp from Burleigh. The right shoulder is blocked with a crash, so watch out for the delays past that. We've also got delays basically coming up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Silver Spring. Southbound's backed up from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, a heavy ride from Highway 16 past Highway F to Springdale. Back on the brakes from 76th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound slowing down on 94 from before 27th Street to Holly Road. Then from Highway 100 to Sunny Slope. And again, right past Moreland Road towards Calhoun. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, showers likely, late thunderstorms possible. Low of 58. Tomorrow morning showers and afternoon storms, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Giannis was more than just a superstar basketball player. He was an ambassador from Milwaukee to the world.
Giannis once called Milwaukee his bleepin' city. Now, as the Greek Freak trades the Cream City for the Magic City of Miami, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson admits Giannis's role as an ambassador for the 414 will be difficult to replace.
Giannis is one of a kind person who has got so many accolades. Like, he had to earn that, and he fought for that and worked very hard in honing his craft in order for that to happen. So the next chapter in Bucks basketball will have to do the same thing if they want to live up to the stature that Giannis has created here.
At City Hall, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
One person is recovering after a Milwaukee Department of Public Works truck crash. Milwaukee police responded just before 3 o'clock Monday afternoon to 68th and Capitol. They found that the DPW truck ran a red light and hit another car. The 44-year-old passenger inside the DPW truck was taken to the hospital with injuries, but is expected to be okay. No one else was hurt. The driver of the DPW truck was giving a citation.
The superintendent in Watertown resigns. The Watertown Unified School District Board accepted Dr. Jared Burke's resignation yesterday. It goes into effect on June 30th. He says the decision to resign was, quote, rooted in governance conditions that do not match my vision of a servant leader's professional responsibilities. Burke has been on a leave of absence since January and had served in the role for 4 years.
2 more suspects are now in custody in connection to an alleged plot to attack President Trump's UFC fight at the White House. That brings the total arrested to 7. News Nation's Marnie Hughes.
This investigation started after the mother of a 19-year-old from Ohio contacted police about his recent gun purchases and online messages. That tip led investigators to the encrypted chats involving about 20 people. Authorities say those messages included maps, escape routes, and discussions about a safe house. Prosecutors say one of the newly arrested men discussed drone tactics and explosives. The other is accused of distributing cash and accepting weapons, equipment, and a 3D printer.
Court records do not make clear how close the group was to carrying out the alleged attack.
Contradictory statements from Washington and Tehran over the issue of nuclear inspections in Iran.
President Trump Tuesday insisting the Iranians have agreed to allow nuclear inspectors into their country, despite a spokesman for Iran's foreign ministry saying they have no plans for that.
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
Asked when inspectors would actually be on the ground in Iran, the president said there is no rush. It will be at the appropriate time. Vice President Vance Monday said he expects the inspectors to start their work this week. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Time for a WTMJ Sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. With the Giannis trade to Miami, the Bucks will be busy tonight in the first round of the NBA draft. They now sit with the 10th and 13th picks. The draft starts tonight at 7 o'clock at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Game 2 tonight between the Brewers and Reds. Milwaukee coming off a 2-1 win in extra innings. Brandon Woodruff, who was making his first start since April 30th, took a perfect game into the 6th inning. He allowed 1 hit, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. Manager Pat Murphy.
Really, really happy for him and really happy for our team because what he means to the club and how he goes about his business. And, yeah, it's just he's special, man. Yeah. Special outing.
Brandon Sproat takes the mound tonight for the Brewers. Coverage begins at 5:35 on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:36.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass, we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection. It's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect.
This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
He's the host of the Midday News here, Wisconsin's Midday News on WTMJ, Greg Matzik. Greg, thanks for joining us to talk a little Giannis.
You bet. No problem. Yeah, busy day.
Is this a tough day in your heart or a day where you're happy and you're feeling good about where we are and where things are because of what Giannis wants?
I think it's a recognition, John, that nothing is forever as much as we want it to be, and that there could be a statue of Giannis before too long. We talked about the mural. Will it stay up? Will it not if he's still playing in the NBA? It's a reminder that this is a business, and it even gets the likes of Hall of Fame caliber talent. We saw it with Aaron Rodgers. If you want to go further back, we saw it with Paul Molitor saying goodbye to Milwaukee. Why is he leaving the Brewers? Robin and Jim Gantner are staying. That goes back to the early 90s. So nobody thought they'd see Tom Brady suit up for another team or Joe Montana. Happens in every sport, and sadly, it's affecting those here in Wisconsin. And I say sadly because I covered the Bucks for many years before Giannis arrived, and those weren't great years. You're always trying to find a player like Giannis, and now the Bucks are moving from him.
Yeah, and even that first year with Giannis, Greg, that wasn't a pretty sight. Only 15 wins. I know because I was there for all 15 of those wins. But when you look at Giannis and the things that he really valued and what he wanted to emulate, one of the things was with Kobe Bryant staying with the same team for his entire career. That meant something to him, but he also understands now that the Lakers always found a way to try to put the pieces around him, whereas Milwaukee is not as an attractive destination as the LA Lakers is and was at that particular time. So do you think that once he kind of got off of the fact that this probably won't happen and I won't win another championship here, is that when you feel like he kind of made his mind up that, okay, all good things must come to an end?
I think that at some point over the last year or so, the fracturing of the relationship started. And if I think about how Giannis arrived in Milwaukee as, a kid, really kind of an unknown commodity, he came over here, his family was overseas. Giannis was sending money back to them so they could stay afloat. Eventually, it was the Bucks that brought Giannis's family, quite literally, to the state of Wisconsin and to the United States. But you think about the individuals who were involved in that, and that includes Mark Lazary and Peter Fagan, at that time, the general manager, John Hammond. All of those people are gone. So, yes, Giannis to me is all about loyalty. He is about excellence. He's about winning championships and getting absolutely everything out of his ability. I think Giannis still is loyal to the state of Wisconsin and to the city of Milwaukee. But the individuals he was loyal to with the Milwaukee Bucks, well, many of those individuals are no longer present. So I don't think the loyalty existed with that current crop, including new owners Jimmy Haslam and the new president Josh Glessing. Those were new components to the Bucks world for Giannis.
Greg Matzik is with us. So, Greg, the reports are that the Bucks passed on the deal with the Celtics that would have involved another All-Star, Jaylen Brown. He would have come here, but there would not have been as much draft capital or younger players. They go with the Heat option instead and also ship out Bobby Portis, who, by the way, the two of them are now the last connection to the championship team. Does it tell you that the Bucks at some level are acknowledging that, yeah, we're not in compete now mode or even 1 or 2 years from now mode, but really we're looking at what's going to happen 3, 4 more years down the road?
I think that's the right way of looking at it. And it's not to say they won't have any exciting young talent as part of this roster. It's just largely unproven. So I think the Heat deal checked more of the boxes. So you get an existing all-star in Tyler Hero. Whether they keep him or not, I think is a 50-50 proposition. You get some young talent on their rookie contract, so inexpensive, high upside, former first-round picks. You've got 3 of those coming back to the Milwaukee Bucks, proven in the NBA. And then you've got the unknown with the draft picks, and that includes pick number 13 tonight. So here will be the weird thing tonight. Some dude's going to walk across the stage, and Adam Silver is going to congratulate him. They're going to give bro hugs. He's going to put on a Miami Heat hat, and you will know that person will be coming to Milwaukee once this trade becomes official. So the Heat at number 13, if the Bucks keep that pick, are going to be drafting for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's kind of a weird deal in the NBA. But this starts as a Bucks and Heat trade. Two teams involved. I think by the end of this thing, you could have 5, 6, or maybe even 7 teams involved.
The host of Wisconsin's Midday News, covered the Bucks for a very long time in this town, Greg Matzik. Greg, thank you so much. We appreciate the perspective.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, guys.
442 at WTMJ.
Baseball is more than a game. It's about teamwork, preparation, and stepping up when it matters most. Those same qualities define our veterans and live at the core of Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Veteran-owned Mission 94 was created to carry forward the values of service, accountability, and respect. Through world-class instruction and a purpose-driven approach, they provide an experience that challenges and prepares you. It's not just about training. It's about continuing a mission built by those who have served. Just Google Mission 94.
John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Navigating the loss of a partner, whether through death, divorce, or a health crisis, can feel overwhelming. If you've never been responsible for managing the finances, it's natural to wonder, where do I begin? Who can help? Annex Wealth Management is here to support you with their continuing dedication designed to inform, empower, and guide you through life's unexpected transitions. They've got events to help you sort through this. They are coming up. AnnexWealth.com, the event section. Go to AnnexWealth.com, based right here in southeast Wisconsin, near your neighborhood. They deliver personalized guidance to help you move forward with confidence because they understand our community. I've worked with the teams there, the tax teams, the planning teams, the estate teams, the wealth management teams. They are all top tier and based right here in our community. They'll take a close look at your entire financial picture. Fee only fiduciary all the time. They never get charged a commission. They never charge you a commission. That's not it. No pressure sales tactics. Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Picture this, a perfect summer evening, great friends, and dinner on the patio overlooking a beautiful course. That's Racine Country Club. More than golf, it's a place to relax, gather, and belong. A new energy is here, and you're invited to experience it. From great food to unforgettable events, it's a lifestyle built around community. Whether it's a quick night after work, dinner with friends, or a weekend with family, Racine Country Club offers something for everyone, year-round. Discover what's new at Racine Country Club. Visit RacineCountryClub.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. You know, it's been more than 3 years since we got our garage door from J.D. Griffiths, and it still looks brand new. I'm telling you, it's quiet, it's smooth, and honestly, I didn't realize how much of a difference a quality door would make until we upgraded. J.D. Griffiths, they've been doing it for decades. They're local, trusted, and they handle everything. Try the website, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ. Schedule your free consultation from J.D. Griffiths.
No matter what your summer sounds like, Summerfest is the place to be. And WTMJ is right in the middle of it. Come say hi as we broadcast live from the Summerfest grounds all festival long. From the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Mobile Studio, we're bringing Milwaukee's biggest summer tradition straight to you. Your soundtrack to summer, heard here on WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, supporting communities and residents through advocacy, education, and service. Where you live matters. Get the answers you and your family need about assisted living in Wisconsin. Start with clear, trusted guidance by visiting whereyouLiveMatters.org today.
It is 4:45. Let's check the roads with Debbie Lazaga. Hey, Deb.
Hey there. We've got southbound 41 really backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound heavy from Mayfair Road all the way to Silver Spring. We've also got more delays on the bypass southbound from the Zoo interchange down to about Lincoln, and then back on the brakes just south of National Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Westbound 894, you've got some backups right out of the Mitchell interchange past Loomis. And southbound on 94 or 4394, just as you're getting your way into the Mitchell interchange, we have a crash there. It's off on the right shoulder there. Just be careful and watch for the delays. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
75. On Thursday, cloudy 73. Friday, sunny 77. Saturday, sunny, a high of 83 degrees. Time for the Milwaukee Health Briefing, talking about a very important topic today. It's about cancer research. Joining us in the studio, Dr. John Thompson, Associate Professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin, and Scott Lynch, a cancer survivor. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you for having us.
I want to start with you, Scott. June is National Cancer Survivors Month. Share some of your story. Give us that as background about your diagnosis and your path to survivorship.
Absolutely. Thank you. I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in May of 2020. By the time the cancer was detected, the cancer in the lung was roughly the size of an egg from the grocery store. It was already in my lymph nodes and had already spread to the liver. I was a never smoker, very active coaching youth sports and leading a troop of Boy Scouts. So we really didn't see this coming. I'm married, father of 4, so it was a very surprising and very scary diagnosis, as you can imagine. I had learned at the time that lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer, responsible for more deaths than cancers 2, 3, and 4 combined. So I'm being diagnosed at stage 4, and it was obviously a very intimidating diagnosis. But Dr. Thompson and his team put together an intervention program for me that included simultaneous chemotherapy, targeted therapy, and radiation to the lung. It was tremendously successful. That program started on June 12th of 2020. And by February of 2021, I was showing no evidence of disease, so it was tremendously successful.
Wow. And Scott, how has survivorship gone for you since then?
It's gone really well, honestly. I've been trying to make the most of the time that I've been given, living and working and enjoying life. And I've had some really positive experiences during this time of survivorship. Watched children get married, graduate from college. I've welcomed 2 grandchildren into the world, so I've had a great 5-year run, really. And when you look at stage 4 lung cancer survivorship numbers, that's pretty remarkable what we've been doing. So that's wonderful. And then last September, things took a turn. I had some symptoms, and a brain MRI showed that we had some spread of cancer to the brain. And I had neurosurgery on October the 20th to remove that new mass in the brain. The surgery was followed by gamma knife radiation to that area. And 6 weeks after the surgery, I was back to normal activity. And a few weeks after that, had another new set of scans and was back to showing no evidence of disease. So we're just tremendously blessed to be where we are, and we're grateful.
Amazing treatment program. Dr. Thompson, the intervention that Scott's describing and sharing, was that a program you use with other patients? Is this a typical protocol? How do you weigh in on the treatment for Scott?
Yeah, so Scott, he's an inspirational person, inspirational story, and I think, just to kind of put everything into context with the way he was treated, just cancer in general, we've come so far over the last 15 years. If we take a look at lung cancer, 15 years ago, most people who are diagnosed at stage 4, unfortunately, we only were able to give them maybe a year at best with our treatments. And so over the last 15 years, there's been huge amounts of research that have uncovered new treatments and new biology or understanding of cancer that's allowed us to refine our treatments so that now we can give treatments that are unique to each cancer, that are targeting, in some cases, genes that turn on cancer's growth. And that's really how we address Scott's cancer, is that we found an individual gene called EGFR that we could target with a pill. And we knew from kind of our work and research that if we combine that pill with other treatments like chemotherapy, we could give him a better chance of controlling the cancer and getting rid of it. And so that program was pretty innovative at the time, and through further research, that's now become a standard of care treatment. Incorporating the radiation that Scott mentioned also was an innovative use of that therapy at the time, but now is becoming standard of care through clinical trials. So yeah, it's really kind of come a long way, and Scott's a great illustration of that.
Dr. Thompson, what are some of the more exciting advancements? You just mentioned what Scott went through, but what are some of the things that have you excited about cancer research treatment that you're seeing right now?
So Scott's case is great to illustrate that cancer is driven by certain genes like EGFR. Have really helped us to identify novel treatments, but we're expanding more and more gene understanding across different cancer types. For instance, there's a cancer mutation called KRAS, which is now probably the most common cancer mutation we encounter. For many years, it was undruggable. We couldn't find a good targeted therapy for it, but now there are targeted therapies that are coming through clinical trials that are expanding treatment options, not to just people with lung cancer, but other terrible cancers like pancreas cancer. Now we have targeted therapies. So, identifying the unique genetic signatures in cancer really have been game changers.
Scott, being diagnosed with cancer can be terrifying. You
Sure
don't know
is.
what's next. You don't know. You know better than all the rest of us. How important is it that you have a team in your corner, that you have somebody you can count on, that you have someone in addition to your family at the professional level that you can lean on and trust?
That is a great question, and I'm glad you asked. Dr. Thompson and I have been working together in collaboration for 6 years now, right? I'm 6 years post-diagnosis. We're having a beyond category result, and a lot of it just comes from being a part of a comprehensive team. He's got medical covered. My wife, God bless her, has integrative therapies covered, and we've just made a lot of lifestyle changes in order to facilitate the work that Dr. Thompson and his team have done for me.
Scott, you're very open about your survivorship. Why is it important for you to share your story?
Oh, well, that's a great question, too. I am very open about it, and it's quite intentional. And that's because living with cancer is hard. It's hard on your mind. It can be hard on your body. It can be hard on your spirit. And if I have to go through this, I want to make it better for somebody else. And what I know is that cancer is tremendously common, right? Almost every life is touched by cancer. You've either got personal history with cancer yourself, or you know somebody who has. And yet, there's a little bit of stigma that goes along with diagnosis and treatment, and people are uncomfortable talking about it. They don't know how to talk about it. They want to be helpful, but they don't want to trigger you, right? That lack of conversation can lead to isolation. It can produce negative impacts on outcomes, and it makes it harder on the caregiver team. And I just want to be very open about it, to normalize going through cancer treatment and cancer survivorship, and to make it easier for everybody else who comes after me.
Dr. Thompson, we've only got a minute. How's the Medical College of Wisconsin using cutting-edge technology and research to help patients like Scott and others?
So at the medical college, we are largely integrating both research we learn in the lab into clinical trials that we can then translate to drive better results for people like Scott, to help not only control their cancers for longer and live longer, but also hopefully live better lives overall.
It's incredible. Collaboration is such a good word that you used, Scott. Dr. John Thompson with the Medical College of Wisconsin and Scott Lynch, a survivor. It's so good to have this conversation, and it's so important. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
John, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it. It is 4:56 at WTMJ. Coming up in the next hour, a look back at Giannis's career, the highlights. You will hear a lot of those calls on the piece that we've put together. You'll hear right after the news. Plus, CBS Chief Washington Correspondent Major Garrett is with us live. Business headlines right here on WTMJ.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Michaels family donates $27 million to the Medical College of Wisconsin. The donation is the largest by an individual or family in the school's history and will fund cancer research recruitment and scientist training efforts. Restaurateur David Scottney plans to build a Lake Geneva supper club for $3 million. Construction on the 8,000 square foot Swan Creek Supper Club looks to begin in 2027. Whitefish Bay's Architectural Review Commission unanimously recommends approval of revised plans for a 3-story project at the southeast corner of West Silver Spring Drive and North Lydell Avenue. The development would replace apartment buildings with a mixed-use building containing 16 luxury apartments above commercial space anchored by a Bank of America branch. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Hello, Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the way we take care of people with Alzheimer's, dementia, cognitive decline. There are a lot of great places in our community that might be good for mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, but only some of them have specialized training in dealing with people with that cognitive decline or that cognitive impairment. Azura is one of them. I've been in their locations. I've seen the kindness. I've felt the empathy. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Check them out today. Wisconsin-based, family-owned. AzuraLiving.com.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
Patriotism and pride is fleeting. It's not an everyday thing anymore.
I actually think patriotism comes a lot more from the relationships and culture to your neighbors, your friends, your family, than a reflection of the government.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. And check out the weekly newsletter, Extra Points, by texting EXTRA to the Talk and Text line.
I'm streaming your show while taking a walk. Would you consider that a useful screen time?
Yes!
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
A new era begins. Giannis is out. So who will step up for the Bucks?
From way downtown, A.J. Green. Miles Turner going downhill. He'll hammer it down. Another three on the way. Rollins sinks it again. With 9 to shoot, Kuzma cranks up a three and drills it. Lets it fly, and he buries it. Kevin Porter Jr., you are living right, my man.
Find all of your up-to-date Bucks storylines here on the home of the Bucks, News Radio WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, an inside look at Giannis and the trade.
I'm Telly Hughes in for Julia Fellow. Data center construction in Mount Pleasant done.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, eastbound 94, just past Highway 83. Looks like we got the left lane blocked with a crash. So just be careful with that. We've also got a crash on 94 southbound, just in the Mitchell interchange. It's off on the right shoulder. So keep an eye out for that. Relatively light delays through that area. We do have backups, though, from Good Hope Road down to Capitol on 41 southbound. Northbound is backing up from Mayfair Road all the way to Silver Spring. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, showers late, maybe thunderstorms, a low of 58. Tomorrow, morning rain and evening rain, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center in Milwaukee, watch Giannis grow not only on the court but off it as well. Alex Lasry is the former senior vice president for the Milwaukee Bucks. He tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
The one thing that he always had was the work ethic, right? So you always knew he was going to become the best version of himself. There was no time where you ever thought Giannis wouldn't reach his full potential. And, Giannis always bet on himself.
Lasry said it's rare in the NBA to watch one person's development over such a long period of time.
Did the Milwaukee Bucks maximize the value of superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo? WTMJ asked an insider.
more than what they would have been able to get in February at the trade deadline.
Bobby Marks is the NBA front office insider for ESPN. Forget the emotions involved here in Milwaukee. Marks says the Bucks did really well with this trade.
Considering you get the 13th pick in the draft, you have 10 and 13, and then you get 3 young players. Certainly with Jaime Jaquez and Khalil Ware and then Tyler Hero.
The Bucks also get future first-round draft picks from the Heat.
It kind of gives you a clean slate under a new head coach to kind of turn the page here and build this roster how you see fit.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Microsoft has completed construction of its first data center in Mount Pleasant.
The company says work was finished ahead of schedule, and the first facility is now fully operational with nearly 550 full-time employees currently working at the site. Construction is underway on a second facility nearby, which is expected to open in 2028 and bring total employment to around 800 workers. Microsoft says it's investing nearly $5 billion in Southeast Wisconsin over the next 2 years as it expands its data center campus. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The last American passengers quarantined after the deadly hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship are finally home. News Nation's Marnie Hughes.
8 people spent 6 weeks at a special facility in Omaha waiting to see if symptoms developed. None of them, thankfully, got sick. The outbreak aboard the ship infected 13 people and killed 3. Federal health officials say all 18 American passengers have now been released.
World health officials say hantavirus, which is a family of viruses carried by rodents, is rare but deadly.
The Pentagon is seeking an additional $80 billion from Congress to cover the cost of the Iran war. President Trump was asked if he thinks most Americans are on board with the request.
Not only do they support it, they demand it because they won't allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has been lobbying senators for the money.
Coming up, while it's sad to see him go, what the Giannis trade means for the Bucks.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:03.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know inspiration's in full swing this time of year. So bring us your wild ideas and we'll bring the value on the quality supplies you need to make it happen at unbeatably low prices. Right now, during our lawn care sale, save $5 on select Thermacell mosquito repellers, up to $5 off select BioAdvance tree and shrub protect and feed products, and Timberline mulch bags, 4 for $10. Find value on everything to do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
You take pride in your Milwaukee area home. So why let it disappear when the sun goes down? At Blingle Premier Lighting, they create breathtaking landscape lighting that transforms your home into the showpiece of the neighborhood. Elegant uplighting, softly illuminated walkways, architectural lighting that highlights the beauty you've already invested in. Landscape lighting doesn't just make your home look incredible. It adds curb appeal, increases perceived value, improves safety, and creates an experience you enjoy every single night. In fact, it's the one thing homeowners never realize they want until they have it. And once they do, they can't imagine living without it. From luxury landscape lighting to permanent holiday lighting and patio lighting, Blingle designs custom systems built specifically for your home. No hassle, no stress, just a home that looks absolutely stunning after dark. See us at blingle.com/MKE. Blingle Premier Lighting. Your home will never look this beautiful. That's blingle.com/MKE.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Night 1 of the NBA Draft, and Bucks have control of picks number 10 and 13 in the first round. After agreeing to trade Giannis and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat in a blockbuster deal, the Heat agreed to send Tyler Hero and 3 other players, as well as 3 first-round draft picks to Milwaukee as part of the deal. Former Bucks forward Richard Jefferson weighing in.
They were very, very patient with this process, and I think they did a very good job. You get to reset with Tyler Hero. You get picks that go into Giannis when he's a little bit older. You don't want them to be right now because you feel like, in my opinion, Miami could be great.
The deal cannot be made official until July 6th. The Brewers look to make it 2 in a row over the Reds tonight in Cincinnati. In his first start since April 30th, Brandon Woodruff limited the Reds to 1 hit over 6 innings while striking out 10 on Monday night. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 5:35 on WTMJ.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ news time is 5:06.
We're sponsored by Abbey Windows. Check out Abbey Windows.
Abbey. If you're looking to upgrade your bath or shower, Abbey Home can do it all in one day. We pull all the permits, tear everything down to the studs, and leave you with a beautiful lifetime warranted system that's turnkey. Grab bars, a seat, new fixtures, and a shower door. Right now, get 50% off installation with Abbey Home. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl. Go to abbyhome.com today. Or give us a call, 414-436-ABBY. That's 414-436-2229.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
This report is sponsored by Diversified Wealth Strategies. Your life, your goals. Visit dwstrategies.com.
Many people feeling close to retirement ask themselves, do I have enough?
Am I missing something?
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, we provide clarity during our complimentary, no-pressure consultation. We're independent advisors using big firm tools with a boutique-style approach.
And no crickets. We stay in touch so you're never left wondering.
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, let us show you how to capture the upside, limit the downside, and feel good inside.
Visit dwstrategies.com.
Securities and investment services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, John McCure.
Minutes. Major Garrett, CBS's chief Washington correspondent, on what it means one of our heroes leaves the city where we cheer for them. But first,
this is the 5 o'clock focus on Wisconsin's afternoon news.
It's the end of an era in Milwaukee. In 13 seasons with the Bucks, Giannis developed into the greatest player in franchise history, delivering Milwaukee an NBA championship and becoming the central figure in the development of a downtown district. WTMJ's Greg Matzik shares the story of how Giannis went from an unknown commodity to global superstar.
He was the great unknown of the 2013 NBA draft.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo from Athens, Greece.
A 6'9", 205-pound anomaly.
Youngest player in the draft and the most mysterious.
An 18-year-old kid from Greece, raw and unpolished, and somehow a lottery pick.
When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball 2008.
Around the league, they knew his game before they knew his name.
Oh, Antetokounmpo. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Putting it on the floor.
Antetokounmpo for three.
Jammed down by the Alphabet.
Less than 20 games into his NBA career, the Greek Freak was born.
And a shot blocked by Giannis. The long arm of the law. The Alphabet got him. Giannis down the line and slams it. Whoa, my goodness, look out below.
What followed wasn't instant superstardom, it was something slower and more deliberate. The evolution of Giannis Antetokounmpo, from skinny unknown to the most dominant force in basketball, played out one extraordinary season after another. And every year, he added something new, a new skill, a new layer, a new reason to believe that he hadn't peaked.
Giannis into the lane. Giannis spinning, fading shot, up, good for Giannis at the buzzer! Bucks win it at the Garden!
Nobody played harder than Giannis. Not in October, January, June, ever.
LeBron trying to spin and rejected by Giannis.
Here's your defense you wanted, Marvelous.
And then the milestones. His first career triple-double in 2016, 3 years later, another step forward.
Down the lane, to the rim, finger roll it in. Giannis has 50. A 50-point game for Giannis, the first of his career.
And then, in 2019, the eyes of the basketball world recognized.
The 2019 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
2 years later, Giannis and the Bucks reached the mountaintop.
A 50-point game.
That's the stuff of legend.
It's been a 50-year journey. Wisconsin, we've got a room at the top of the world tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions.
50 points in Game 6, an all-time finals performance. A championship performance that ended a 50-year wait in Milwaukee.
Let the celebration begin.
But it wasn't just on the floor Giannis made headlines. He did so at the podium, where he was unmistakably himself.
What do you call a cow on the floor? Anybody know? Ground beef.
But underneath the humor and dad jokes was something real, perspective, gratitude, and humility in a league that doesn't always reward it.
There's no failure in sports. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. And this year, somebody else is going to win.
The Bucks chose Giannis in 2013. Giannis chose the Bucks in 2016, and again in 2020 and 2023.
It's the right decision. I want to be home. This is my city. This is the people that believe in me.
And now the Giannis era is over in Milwaukee. Giannis leaves as the greatest player in franchise history. But the points, the games played, the triple-doubles aren't the legacy. The legacy is what he gave the city, including an entire district and a championship.
I want to thank the front office, the ownership for believing in me. And I was 18 years old back in Greece. They allowed me to lead this team and trust me. I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP.
And they're NBA champions once again. Wow, what a finish.
It is 5:13 at WTMJ. Major Garrett, CBS Chief Washington correspondent, up next.
Better be careful with the crew in Cincinnati.
You might get caught
red-handed.
Flair, shallow center, base hit. Marte's being set. Here's the throw from Perkins. It is going to be in time!
The Brewers take on the Reds tonight at Great American Ballpark. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 5:35. This series is sponsored by Diversified Wealth Strategies. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
John Mercure here for Connect Chiropractic. If you're like me, between the screens, between the stress of work, between trying to play pickleball and stay active, your body can act up sometimes and not be where it's supposed to be. Connect Chiropractic makes sure that my body is exactly doing what it's supposed to do. I go on Thursdays and I leave feeling better every single time. It's a full body focus. It's gentle and nuanced. It's not feeling like they're jumping off the top of a desk and just smashing me onto my back. No. It's gentle and focused. Check them out at Connect Chiropractic, voted number 1 by Milwaukee Journal Sentinel readers. Connect with Connect.
This Independence Day, celebrate America's 250th in a place where summer feels magical. Lake Geneva. Experience liberty on the lake, a once-in-a-generation celebration on Saturday, July 4th. Gather along the lake shore for an evening of live music, family fun, and the flavors of summer from local food trucks. Then as twilight settles over the water, the sky awakens with a breathtaking drone show in honor of our nation. Make your 4th unforgettable. Go to visitlakegeneva.com for all the details.
Traffic and weather, Debbie Lazica, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John. We've got delays along southbound 41. Pretty hefty delays, though, from Good Hope Road down to Capitol Drive. The northbound side from Mayfair up to Hampton. We do have westbound 94 backing up from about 27th Street to Hawley Road. You'll be back on the brakes just west of Highway 100, all the way out past a broken down vehicle that showed up right about at Calhoun. We've also got some more delays continuing from Blue Mound Road all the way past Highway F. And then we've got an accident on the eastbound side, believe it or not, just east of Highway 83. But the delays are coming in westbound from just past Meadowbrook Road all the way to Highway 83 Eastbound delays are slowing down from about Kettle Moraine Scenic all the way past Highway 83. Of course, you got your usual backups from 76th Street to 35th as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, showers likely late, maybe a thunderstorm, a low of 58 degrees. Tomorrow, morning showers and afternoon showers, a high of 75. Thursday, partly cloudy, 73. Friday, sunny, 77. Saturday, sunny, a high of 83 degrees.
From the White House briefing room to the stories shaping the country, CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett.
We've been asking for weeks, who are you talking to? Who do you consider your negotiators? Is it the Supreme Leader? Is it the Foreign Minister? Is it the head of the Parliament in Iran? And the White House never tell us.
National perspective, straight answers, right here on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
So as we were thinking about Major Garrett today, I was thinking about how we're kind of sad here in Milwaukee because the best player in Bucks history is gone. He's left. And I was thinking, how can other cities relate to this? And I realized Major Garrett's city lost an entire football team. And before that, they lost a basketball team.
Yep.
Major, good afternoon. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, there's something worse than losing a franchise player. Losing a franchise. 3 times in San Diego. Quick recap. The Houston Rockets were first San Diego Rockets, 1967 to 1971. The Los Angeles Clippers, before that, they were the San Diego Clippers, 1978 to 1984. And the current, I can barely speak these words, John, Los Angeles Chargers from 1991 to 2016, meaning almost my entire life, the San Diego Chargers. All that's bad. But I also have what Milwaukee people are resonating right now. The misery of losing someone you know is probably going to go and do great things. Let me recount just a few of the names of San Diego sports history who went on to world championships. Dave Winfield came up with the Padres, world championship for the Toronto Blue Jays, and excelled with the New York Yankees. Jake Peavy came up with the San Diego Padres, won a World Series with the Boston Red Sox and the San Francisco Giants. Ozzie Smith came up with the Padres, won World Series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Drew Brees came up with the Chargers after being drafted from Purdue, went on to win the Super Bowl for the New Orleans Saints. All these players who you knew as a San Diego sports fan, rocket, were on the cusp of something beautiful. Did that immortality thing somewhere else.
Hey, Major, hold on a second. Hang up, and we're going to call you right back. We did hear you, but it's breaking up a little bit here. So please hang up. Producer Isaac's going to call you right back. So you have his number there, Isaac. Give him a call back.
Yeah.
He raises a very good point, and I think every city goes through this. So most cities don't lose 3 franchises.
No.
Although we lost one. I mean, the Braves famously left, and now they're in Atlanta.
Yeah. But, no, he's right. I did know about the San Diego Clippers, but I did not know about the San Diego Rockets before.
I did not know about them either. Of course, we all know the Chargers because that's a lot more recent. The Chargers now going up to Los Angeles. So we're trying to get Major Garrett back on the line here.
But also, I hope we get him back because he failed to mention that Eli Manning did not want to come there when they had the number 1 pick either.
That's a really good point. All right, I think we have Major again. Let's try this again. Major, we did hear what you said. Telly's got one more for you.
I think you left off.
I was on such a riff. What part didn't you get? I was on a hell of a riff.
No,
there.
We got it.
No, we got them all.
We got it. It was
but
just
you left out Eli Manning not wanting to be a Charger and his dad orchestrating the whole deal for him to go to New York.
Yeah, you can't be miserable over fits of anger and stuff like that. You can only be miserable. This is the point. You can only be miserable about somebody you fell in love with who left.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that's what Milwaukee's going through right now. The only thing that I think everyone in Milwaukee understands is you knew this day was coming.
Yeah, that's
coming
true.
For a year.
Major, we're all in this conversation big sports fans, and I like it as a diversion because I'm engrossed in news all the time, and I love to cheer for my teams. How an important part of the community and the fabric of a community do these players and via them our franchises become to us?
So this is a great question, and I got some really powerful insight into this a couple of weeks ago when I was in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl. They're having a sportsmanship summit, And I heard the story of Dante Stallworth, who played for the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm.
And after Katrina hit, there was a sense that within the organization, and especially the players, that this was no time to think about football. This was no time to play football. The city was in massive distress. The Superdome itself wasn't playable. It was a temporary facility, but then that facility got overrun, and it was a mess. Everything was a mess. And the players said, we can't think about football now. We can't play football now. But they did. And what they heard immediately from the people of New Orleans, who were suffering in ways they had never suffered before, we need you to play football. You're the only thing left that we can rally around. You're the only thing left that gives us some both happy distraction and just distraction from all of the negativity and the hellacious conditions the city of New Orleans is in. The players like, what are you talking about? Aren't we trivial? They're like, no, you are anything but trivial. We need you to play football. Please, we're begging you, play football. And that like rocked me. I'm like, that would be the instinct I would have as a player. Wait, we got to focus on the things and rebuilding and getting people food and housing and stuff like that. They're like, yeah. Leave that to somebody else. You go play football because we need you to do it. I think that underscored for me in ways that no experience in San Diego that I had attached to all my various teams, some who've stayed, some who've gone, can equal. When your city's devastated and to almost a person, you're communicating to the players, we're begging you to play your sport so we can rally around you and feel good about ourselves even for an hour or two. That thing sums it all up.
Yeah, you know what? And Telly, you'll remember this. The first NFL game after 9/11 was held here in Green Bay, and one of our guys ran out with the American flag, and he ran from one length of the field to the other. It was the first game back. The players and the president actually asked the NFL to resume playing, and I guess that's exactly what you're talking about. We needed that.
Yeah, and you don't think of that necessarily as something that sports is supposed to do, and it may not have ever been designed to do that, to fill that particular vacuum in the human heart, but it does. And that example after 9/11, when President Bush delivered the first pitch, the World Series game after 9/11 in New York at Yankee Stadium, that was a huge moment. And this whole thing after Katrina in New Orleans, that story and that personal feeling of a player being so shocked and thinking, wait a minute, I'm part of your emotional rebuilding? The answer is yes. And I think that underscores what sports can mean at its best.
Major Garrett is CBS's Chief Washington correspondent. Great perspective, fun conversation, Major. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
It is 5:24 at WTMJ. Let's check the markets. It was a really bumpy day on Wall Street for all the indexes. The NASDAQ was down 580 points. That's almost 2.25%. The S&P was off 107 points. That's almost 1.5%. The Dow, it was down 46 points. That's 0.1%. Annex Wealth Management is financial planning at every level. Know the difference with Annex.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management, a fee-only fiduciary.
Fee-only fiduciary really further separates the folks that either say fiduciary some of the time or best interests altogether. And it's not just that alone. It is, of course, everything else that we can bring to the table that just isn't asset management. It is estate planning, tax planning, financial planning, all of it wrapped together in one transparent fee.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Highest patient satisfaction ratings, best imaging, advanced diagnostics like MRI and CT, top-tier physical therapists. It is Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. OHOW, OHOW.com. Whether you're having trouble with your hip, your knee, your shoulder, maybe it's an elbow, carpal tunnel, it's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. You'll see a doctor almost immediately. It's where I go. Their facilities are state-of-the-art and beautiful, very modern. It's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Start at the website. Schedule your appointment. Get on the path to feeling better. OHOW.com. Hit request an appointment.
Not all roofing contractors are created equal, and homeowners know the difference. Ridgetop Exteriors has been the local, trusted choice since 2002. Upfront pricing, expert crews, manufacturer-backed warranties, and over 40,000 completed projects backed by thousands of 5-star reviews from your neighbors. No surprises, no runarounds, just honest work from people who live and work right here in our community. Call Ridgetop Exteriors for a free estimate. Ridgetop Exteriors, the easy choice for your home.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices, and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. You know, it's been more than 3 years since we got our garage door from J.D. Griffiths, and it still looks brand new. I'm telling you, it's quiet, it's smooth, and honestly, I didn't realize how much of a difference a quality door would make until we upgraded. J.D. Griffiths, they've been doing it for decades. They're local, trusted, and they handle everything. Try the website, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ. Schedule your free consultation from J.D. Griffiths.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha. Hey, if you've been thinking about a new vehicle, now's the time to take a serious look at Griffin Ford's Ford American Value for American Values employee pricing event. This is great. For a limited time, you pay what employees pay. That's right, employee pricing on a huge selection of new Ford vehicles. Right now, they have 50-plus all-wheel drive Ford Explorers in stock starting at $38,978. How about the 2026 Ford Bronco Sport all-wheel drive? More than 20 in stock starting at $28,995. And Escape owners get an additional $1,000 off. But what really sets Griffin Ford apart is inventory. Griffin Ford is one of the largest selections of new Ford vehicles anywhere in Wisconsin. That means you're not spending hours searching dealer to dealer or settling for something close to what you wanted. You can choose the color, trim, level, and features that fit your style. It's Griffin Ford in Waukesha. I buy my cars at Griffin. You can also do it online at griffinford.com.
Summer always starts with good intentions.
Kids home from school, weekend trips, more time outside.
But somehow the house is in complete chaos by June.
That's why summer is the perfect time to get organized with Inspired Closets.
We create custom solutions for garages, pantries, laundry rooms, and more, so your home works better for real life.
And when everything has a place, summer feels a whole lot less stressful.
Visit us today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Kessler's Diamonds. Kessler's Diamonds.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, reactions to the Giannis trade from a good friend.
I'm Telly Hughes. No injuries after an early morning fire.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94 southbound, just heading through the Mitchell interchange, still dealing with a crash there. That's off on the right shoulder, so watch out for some possible delays through there. Southbound 43 itself is backing up from Good Hope Road down towards Bender, back on the brakes from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette, past the KK River crossing. And then we've got northbound backing up from Lincoln all the way to North. We've also got on westbound 94, backups from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. More delays from Highway 100 all the way to Calhoun. And then again, from just west of Blue Mound Road all the way to Highway 164. Eastbound's backing up from Highway F to Springdale. Back on the brakes from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, showers are likely late, maybe a thunderstorm, a low of 58 degrees. Tomorrow morning, showers, then storms late, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, for nearly a decade, he was the definitive voice of the Giannis Antetokounmpo era in Milwaukee. And now a legendary Bucks broadcaster is sharing his reaction to the blockbuster trade.
Longtime Bucks TV broadcaster Jim Paschke developed a special relationship with Giannis over the years.
We just clicked.
When the Bucks won the NBA title in 2021, Paschke was not at Fiserv Forum.
I was alone at home on my couch watching with everyone else.
After defeating the Suns in 6 games, in the most joyful moment of his pro career, Giannis wore an I Love Jim Paschke t-shirt to the podium.
I want that to be a memory that people have of who Giannis is. Pinnacle of your career, and he takes time out to think about me?
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
No one is injured after a 3-alarm fire at a storage facility on Milwaukee's south side.
At this time, we have fire coming from multiple points in the structure. It is a 5-story commercial building with multiple buildings attached to it. Looks like the fire is going to be on floor 3 and 4 at this time.
Scanner audio from Broadcastify. Fire crews responded around 7 a.m. to the building near 8th and Cleveland. The building is used for storage, so it was empty when they arrived. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
The case against a Franklin strip club accused of allowing prostitution inside its business is moving forward.
The owners of On the Border made their initial appearance on a felony charge of keeping a place of prostitution. A court commissioner found probable cause to continue the case. Prosecutors allege employees knowingly allowed commercial sex acts inside the club and profited from them. The charge stems from a broader human trafficking investigation that previously led to charges against 4 men connected to the business. The club remains open. The Franklin Common Council has started the process that could lead to the club's license being revoked. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
We're learning new details about an active shooter inside a public library in Chico, California.
Today, investigators here in Northern California say they believe the shooter who opened fire inside the Butte County Library in Chico wanted a Columbine-style massacre and was inspired by Columbine. 18-year-old Bradley Scott Sayer is now under arrest. Chico police say interviews are still underway. They do not believe he knew any of his victims. 2 adults were killed and a child was injured when shots were fired in the library on Monday evening. Alex Stone, ABC News, Sacramento.
Young baseball players got to feel like pros at American Family Field. The Germantown Junior Warhawks and the Pewaukee Junior Pirates taking part in Big League Dream Day. Germantown Grandpa Dwight Majeski tells WTMJ.
They were all pumped up to come out here today. I know they're having a little trouble pitching, but they're having everybody to pitch. It is what it is. It's the enjoyment of being here. That's what counts. I enjoy watch my grandkids. They're getting older. We won't see this no more.
Big League Dream Day has been bringing youth teams to professional ballparks since 2012. And it's a real deal. The big boys in action up next. It's the Brewers going for 2 wins in a row in Cincinnati against the Reds. It's Brewers-Reds right here on WTMJ. Have a great night, everybody.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
Looking for service you can trust? The Boucher Service Centers